Oh, so you have the same situation. You have exams coming up and you need to clear it in the first attempt. But how will you do it? This is your first year, you don't know anything. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. I'm Syed Shahalayan K. I'm a second year physiotherapy student in Narayana Hrudayalaya Institute of Physiotherapy, and I'm gonna show you how I cleared my first year physiotherapy with 5 tips and tricks. So let's go. Hey, before you jump into the video, I would like everyone to do one thing. Subscribe to my channel, and the next thing, please like the video for good luck so that you pass in your exams, whichever is upcoming. So all the best, and moving on to the tips and tricks. So the first tip number 1, revise your syllabus. Because once you revise your syllabus, you will know what topics you will have to study for your exam. So you should get to know your syllabus well so that you can, easily follow through the textbooks, go through the textbooks, and you will know which topic where you have and which topic you will have to concentrate, which topic you will have to skip, because that is not in the syllabus. So the first and the foremost thing is you will have to know your syllabus. So because if you know your syllabus, you will know which topics you will have to concentrate on. So that was the first tip which I followed. So the second tip, which I again followed religiously, was to understand my study timing. Because you will have to not force yourself to study. I mean, you'll have to force yourself to study if you have the whole syllabus left, and the next day's exam. But that is a different scenario. You'll have to know your study timing according to your body. So are you a guy or a girl, or are you a student who studies in the morning, who is fresh in the morning? So stick to the morning routine. If you are the one who is a nocturnal bird, stays up all night, and that's when your brain works properly, then fine, good for you. So do that. Know your study timings, know when your brain works, at your highest efficiency level. So you can revise and memorize most of your topics at that time, and the rest topics, the easy ones, you can leave it for the next study time, or when your brain is half working. So know your study timing, because that is the foremost important to memorize your subjects and your topics. Tip number 3, now that you know when your study time is, the day or the night, plan your study time accordingly with the subjects or the subject's topic. Okay, do not stick to one topic for the whole study hour, or for the whole study time. Stick to many different topics, okay, and dedicate your some time to some topics. So in case you have 3 hours of study time left in the sense you're starting and 6 o'clock, you're ending it at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. So first hour you will have to study, let's take anatomy. So anatomy, you will study upper limb and lower limb, okay. Then in the second hour you will study some topics from the abdomen and thorax, and the third hour some topics you will study from the head and neck, okay, and some with the neuroanatomy. So like that, you get the focus, right? So you will have to divide your subjects, or divide the topics in the subject, okay. Do not stick to one topic. You're gonna get bored in the first 10 minutes. So do not. Make sure you write down whatever you're gonna prepare today. If you're preparing the notes, whatever you're gonna study, just write it down so that you have a basic idea that, oh, I have 3 things to jot it down, and then you have 3 things to take it out. Tuck. So make a list, plan your study time accordingly, and boom, you've covered many things in the 3 hours. So yeah, do that, because that helped me a lot. So before we jump into the 4th tip, I am leaving links to all the videos which I think will be helpful, and I've also created a playlist for the first year physiotherapy guide. So there will be tips, important questions for anatomy. There's a dedicated video for anatomy, there's a dedicated video for biomechanics, so you can go watch that. So that will be very helpful for you guys if you're a first year physiotherapy student and you're writing your exam. so that you can go watch it. It'll be in the I button, or I'll leave it in the description below. So the fourth tip and trick fourth tip is try to visualize your topics. Whatever you're studying, okay, let it be anatomy, biomechanics, physiology, whatever it is, try to visualize your topic. That's the main focus, okay. Do not by heart your subjects or the topics, because you won't go far by hearting things, okay. You will have to understand at one point of time. You will have to understand. So try to visualize your topics, because that is the best way which I found to be helpful, in memorizing things. Instead of by hearting, if you're writing about your body, you're writing about movements in your body, you're writing about what is in your body, so your clues are here only. So in case, for an example, you have a wrist joint, in a biomechanics question. So instead of studying wrist joint, there first of all there's phalanges, then there's all the metacarpals, and then there's metacarpals, and then there's carpals, and then don't do that. Don't do that shit. That's very bad, okay. You should know your anatomy well, and how I knew that is by visualizing my things. And I just gave a tip to my junior also, and I'm telling everyone, go Kabir Singh, okay. Because if you start drawing on your hands, and if you start drawing on places where it is very difficult, joints, so it'll be very easy for you to study those, and it'll be like a live demonstration. So once you draw the carpal bones here, the distal row, the proximal row, then it'll be very easy for you guys to visualize the topics, visualize what you're studying. And if you cannot draw that, if it's like the abdomen, inside or something like that, start to draw and think what would happen if this moment is there, what is happening in the anatomy. So drawing is basically visual art, right? So when you're seeing it, your brain focuses more on the drawing. So when you see, your brain grasps it more efficiently. So do that. Visualize your topics. If you can't visualize it, draw it. If you can't draw it, and if you're very lazy, just Google it, man. Just Google it, because don't spend your time drawing if you do not know how to draw that, okay. And if your exam is in 2-3 days, just see Google, and just get some idea. Because if you spend your time drawing, you will not have time for studying. So don't do that. Google it if you can't. Draw if you're very good at it. And basic thing, you should know how to draw if you're a med student. So draw. If you can't draw, the least you can do is just Google and see the image, or the diagram, whichever is required for you to study the topic. So that is the fourth tip. Fifth and the final tip for success is to dump your textbooks at the last minute and just start reading your question banks, because that is the way to success, okay. Because question banks are question papers, okay. Once you have collected 6 years back question paper, 7 years back question paper, you do not need textbooks, trust me, because all the questions will be repeated. 1 or 2 might be added in a new question or something like that. But if you know thoroughly the 7 or 8 years question paper questions, you will just decode the next question paper which is gonna come. Don't try, don't spend your time just doing that, but try to take all the questions from the question papers, previous year question papers, write down topic wise, whatever is good for you, subject wise, just write everything and practice that, because that will really go a long way in helping you to pass your first year exams. Sticking to your textbooks at the last minute is a very bad choice, okay. So if you have question banks and you have prepared all the questions from the question papers, I don't think you need questions. I think you already know the questions which are gonna come for the tomorrow's exam. So question banks are the way to success. So those were the 5 tips and tricks. That's the end of the 5 tips. I hope you guys will follow it. Please follow these tips, because I followed those and I cleared my first year exams in one go. Okay, so please follow this for your theory exams. And if this helped you, in your future, or this literally helps you in any way, just like the video. I hope you guys already liked it in the starting, but if you still didn't like it, I'm gonna give you another chance to like it, because again, or else bad luck is gonna come your way. Just like it for good luck, and so that you can pass your exam. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share it with your friends, share it in your friends group. Make sure everyone sees it, make sure your batch passes in the first go. Make your college proud, make your class proud, make your parents proud, make yourself proud, and be a good physiotherapist. Until then, keep watching Shahul and Vlogs. Bye bye.